Good morning, saints, and happy Monday. The verse for today is taken from Psalm 34, verse 4. I sought the Lord, and he answered me, and delivered me from all my fears. I absolutely love mission services because those services are more flexible and usually incorporates a segment for testimonies where persons can publicly declare God's goodness and faithfulness in their lives. And usually when you hear someone's testimony, you feel rejuvenated and re-energized because you think to yourself, oh wow, if God could come through for them in such a grand way, well, he can certainly come through for me. And Psalm 34 verse 4 left me feeling that way. We hear from David. He's giving his testimony and he is saying that he sought the Lord and God answered him and delivered him from all fears. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the character David in the Bible, David was a fugitive. He was hated by King Saul, who was jealous of him and saw him as a threat and a potential rival. And King Saul was intentional about eliminating David. And so David, fearful for his life, flees. And he ends up in Philistine territory. Now, the Philistines are no friends of David. They are his enemies. And so they want to kill him. In an attempt to preserve his life, David pretends to be insane in front of King Abimelech. And because in those times, persons did not want to have any associations with insane persons because it was the belief that they had a curse on them, King Abimelech allowed David to go free. Now, of course, David was overjoyed. His life was spared. And so Psalm 34, which was written by David, begins with David saying, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise will always be on my lips. And then as you go down to verse 4, we hear David's testimony. And as you can objectively see, David had every right to be fearful. But I want to say to you that it's okay that you may be experiencing fear this time. Life is tough, and as Christians, we face many challenges. I know that some of you listening to me this morning may be dealing with a health issue, job insecurity, marital issues, abandonment from relationships. There may be political instability in your country, wars. There may even be a inherent fear within you because of crime, and you're wondering, will I be the next target? And I want to say to you that it's okay to experience fear. I personally don't believe that fear is a sin because fear is an emotion that serves a purpose and our emotions were given to us by God. I believe that it becomes a sin when we allow fear to control our lives because we must submit to God and God alone, not fear. So it was refreshing to see David acknowledging that he had fears. But what did he do with those fears? Did he wallow in self-pity? No, he sought God. He went to God in prayer. And so I want to encourage you to talk to God. You're not in this alone. He knows that you are facing a difficult time because he allowed you to go through that difficult time. God knows every part of you and he wants you to feel safe and comfortable in coming to Him and expressing what is on your heart. And God is the one who is capable of delivering you and relieving you of your fears and replacing those fears with peace. And so, while I cannot promise you that you will be exempt of trials, because the Word of God says many are the afflictions of the righteous, what I can assure you is that, one, God hears your prayer. He knows what you're going through, and He is able to deliver you from those fears. And of course, if He did it for David, He can certainly do it for you. So, as you go throughout this week, talk to God. If you have to journal, if you just want to recite certain scriptures when fear starts to creep in, when anxiety comes over you, talk to God and allow Him to remove those fears. God answers prayers. Have a blessed week, everyone. Take care.